start with a hard one. What do you think of Sawyer's dance moves?
Sure, I ain't gonna lie. I actually saw the video. I didn't see it in person, but then I saw like BU football posted that later on. I was like, "What? I didn't even peep that." But I ain't gonna. He was hitting that mug for sure. It definitely caught me off guard. Yeah, no, he was
Look,
hitting it.
looked like something out of the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, from the NCAA game.
right.
I was about to say he was hitting it for sure.
But on Sawyer, how comfortable do you feel with him? It seemed like you and him had a pretty good connection going there in the Air Force game.
Oh yeah, no, I feel super comfortable with Sawyer. Really going back to like last year, whenever he had to step up too. Whenever Blake got hurt, and then kind of just the same situation. DQ unfortunately got hurt, but it was kind of like I was saying. I forgot. I think it was the fall camp scrimmage. I was like, what I'm saying, both those dudes, they got the arm talent, they got the smartness. They can both make it happen. So whenever Sawyer just stepped to the plate, it was just what I'm saying, it felt good for sure.
Primetime game going on the road against Dion. How excited are y'all for Saturday's game?
Honestly, I would just say the whole team's just treating it like every other game, kind of like a faceless, nameless opponent. No matter how big the Colorado name is or whatever, we're just treating it like another game week. We're gonna prepare the same exact way, and we're just gonna execute out there.
Kind of a similar situation against Utah in that primetime slot. What did y'all learn from that y'all are going to take into this weekend?
Just the main key would just be starting fast, just being on our details from the get-go, not just trying to kind of feel our way into the new environment, things like that, but just starting fast, just starting from the get-go.
How do you be intentional about something like that? Is that something y'all game plan for? Y'all talk about?
Really just getting the practice reps. Like kind of as soon as you walk out onto this practice field, with the first team period all the way to the end team period, you're starting fast and you're just honing in on every single little detail. Even like I said, we start basically like a competition period where it's good or ones versus ones, and that's just full speed. Just kind of getting kind of feel for like what a game would be like.
After the Utah game and then your performance in Air Force, do you feel like you're playing some of your best ball right now?
I would say, yeah, I'm definitely playing some of my best ball. I just want to keep on really just doing whatever I can to help the team, though, at the end of the day. Whether that be making 5 catches, 1 catch, whatever it takes to win, what I'm saying, I'm happy as long as that happens. But, yeah.
Is there any extra juice that this is the first conference game? I mean, I know you say you kind of drown out that it's a nameless, faceless opponent, but it's still conference play. Does that change your tune at all?
For me personally, I wouldn't say so. Like I said, I just kind of like to treat every game as just a game at that point. You know what I'm saying? So whether it be Colorado or whoever else we play, what I'm saying, I'm just amped up to go and just play out there.
How cool has it been to see the defense perform the way that they have to start the year?
Oh, it's been awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Just seeing them ball out, just make plays, fly around, shoot, rally to the ball, just be aggressive all the time. It gives the offense just kind of like a breath of fresh air, and just knowing that we got just a hard defense at our back, basically.
I know the atmosphere at the Air Force game was pretty good
hmm
at McLean. When you were deciding to come to Baylor, I know you were a walk on and all of it, but how much did atmosphere and winning, how much did that play into it?
To be honest, it didn't play like a huge part. It was mainly just kind of focused on my journey and what I thought I was capable of at the time, and just focus on working hard and just earning a scholarship. So I wasn't really too focused on that part, to be completely honest. But getting in that environment on Saturdays, I mean, it's the best thing though, for sure.
Cool. How much are you looking forward to going to Colorado and kind of facing starting conference play kind of in an environment with an opponent like this?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I'm just excited to get into conference play. Doesn't really matter who the opponent is. Colorado's got a lot of swag. The home field advantage, I think it's pretty good up there, so it'll be nice to get up there. I like that the sidelines are tight. It's kind of like an Oklahoma State kind of vibe. So you get to hear the fans a lot chirping at it, and get to use it as juice. So that's cool.
Against Utah, it's kind of a similar situation. What did y'all learn from that game that y'all can take into this weekend?
We learned that you can't start slow and hope to finish strong, because for talking defensively, we in the second half pretty much shut out. But you look at the first 2-3 drives, it was not Baylor defense, not the new standard, not what we do, and so we gotta go into Colorado and do what we do for 4 quarters straight.
How do you keep this really good defensive momentum going? Because you've played really well for the first 3 games here. How do you keep it going into this game? Is that hard?
I would say it's just doing your job. It's got to be more about not. It's kind of like people say all the time, I hate losing. more than I like winning. It's kind of like, for me, I know I hate messing up my job more than I like doing my job, because if I mess up, they're going to exploit it, especially with a team like Colorado. They're looking for the mismatches. They're going to get it, and they're going to go to it every time. So if I'm not in the right position, it's going to mess up my teammates.
Through 3 weeks, y'all played a lot of run-heavy teams. What kind of challenges does Colorado present now that they pass the ball a lot more?
The challenges they present is all of their skill guys are NFL talent. You look inside and out, any of those guys can really go to the league. Quarterbacks, great quarterback, a lot of respect for them. And even offensively, a lot of people like to talk about their O-line, but I think for an O-line, they're very athletic. So, we got to be good with our feet and get into the backfield.
Now that it's been 3 games throughout the year, what has Coach Aranda really meant for y'all on the defense? Because he's out there calling plays and firing y'all up on the sidelines and stuff.
No, it means a lot. I think you can see it. I think people on social media like to talk about it now. It's a different Coach Aranda. I don't think it's necessarily a different Coach Aranda. It's just more that you might see on game day. I think it's the same Coach Aranda that we've always had, and it's just kind of pushing to be the team that we can be, and having him do what he's doing, pretty much what he's always been doing, and just having guys now taking it to heart. I think not a lot of guys took it as, hey, is he talking to me? I think everybody was kind of like, oh, it's not me. No, it's all of us. So having that this year and realizing, hey, I got to be better is what's going to make us better.
McLean was rocking pretty good against Air Force.
Yeah.
I guess when you first were deciding to come to Baylor, how much did that atmosphere and maybe the winning that Baylor had then kind of contribute to your decision to come here?
So I can remember one of my last recruiting visits was the Oklahoma game in 2019 when was that Jalen Hurts was the quarterback with the comeback that they had. And McLean Stadium was rocking then, not the outcome that they wanted that year. But, it was cool to see McLean rocking like that, and it's just always fun to be out there, especially in the new black jerseys, be under the lights. It's really fun.
How cool was it to see the offense kind of rolling, specifically in the second half on Saturday?
It's cool seeing them roll because we seen them do it all during camp. I think the first 2 games our offense didn't play the way that they know that they can play. They'll tell them that yourself. And it's just cool to see, like, our receivers do what they do during 7-on-7, during team periods. It's cool to see our quarterbacks, balling out just like they do every day. So, and to see B Wash back, it was really cool to see him because he had a great camp, so it was really cool to see him get out there and ball.
Devin Bobby, I know he's a safety or a linebacker, all that. How much do you interact? And I guess what sort of leadership has he brought to the defense as a whole that you've noticed?
I think he's a safety that likes to crack. Not a lot of safeties want to get in that run fit, but I think both Devin Lemire and D Bob, they both not scared to put their head down and get to work in that box. It's just good to have for a defense like we have, where sometimes they got to get in the box. So it's not something that we have to scheme around like a lot of teams will kind of have to. Hey, I don't want to get him in the fit. So it's good to have them, and just especially for a linebacker, I can always trust that he'd be out there.
Anything else?
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.